Greetings, everyone. This is Realm Warrior. We got... Well, it's not really a request, but I'm requesting myself to do this. We have this video that... I heard rumors on the interwebs that this is really bad. Well, they're talking about it being really, really fake and blah, blah, blah. So let me do a little bit of a background here. I already recorded this video once, not realizing that it wasn't recording my actual headset audio of me talking. I forgot it switched microphones around. Oops. So, unfortunately, you will not get my initial reaction watching this video. You will get my second time through trying to remember all of my reactions. All the points that I stopped at. So it might be a shorter video than before. I don't know. But here's the kicker. There is a YouTube channel, I guess, or something called YouTube Kids. It's kind of like, from as far as I can tell on this, it's just a... You remember those old Bill Nye, the Science Guy show, TV show episode things, whatever? It's not just that, but kind of the, or Reading Rainbow or whatever. It's that style. Granted, these aren't half-hour episodes. This one's 10 minutes, less than 10 minutes. It's actually closer to 9 minutes. At 36 seconds doesn't account for the fact that part of it's got the beginning thing and the ending thing. Of course, there's credits and all that. But anyhow, it's like these little mini episodes or whatever. It's 100% fake. Just throwing it out there. It's designed to be fake. When I heard about it originally, I thought it was supposed to seem real. And then they failed at that, and it's not. They knew right away that it was fake. But anyhow, this is bad. Just warning you right now, it's bad. And yes, you are reading that right. Vice President Kamala Harris and an astronaut. The astronaut is cool. Kamala Harris is not. Just going to start there.
Hi, I am NASA astronaut Shane Kimbrough aboard the International Space Station with a challenge. This year during World Space Week, I challenge you to go outside and look at the moon. Go to your local observatory, or look up with your own eyes, or maybe even make your own telescope. I am calling on my team to get curious and figure out how to do it.
The show is called Get Curious.
Don't worry, you'll have help from me and a couple other important people along the way.
There's only one important person, and that's not her. Oh, I'm sorry, it's supposed to be her.
Step 1, meet the rest of the team.
These are all actors, by the way,
Emily,
and actresses.
I'm from West Windsor, New Jersey.
Hi, I'm Derek, and I'm from St. Louis, Missouri.
Hi, my name is Zoriel, and I'm from Lafayette, Louisiana.
Lafayette.
Hi, my name is Trevor, and I'm from Monterey, California.
And dorky glasses.
I'm Sydney, and I'm from Iowa City, Iowa.
Wait a minute.
NASA?
Wait,
Hey,
NASA?
it's calling from NASA?
Okay, I stopped it the last time too. Yeah. NASA don't call like that. First, so, okay, gotta breathe, Realm Warrior, superhero aficionado, gotta breathe here before I, terminate some small crater somewhere. Great, I reminded myself of craters. Anyhow, who's on this phone call and not knowing who's gonna be on the other end? I don't care if they're kids. This is insulting. Also, they said this is supposed to be a Zoom call. Just throwing it out there. Never seen Zoom calls this accurate, or there's no lag whatsoever. 100% no lag the entire video. Horse. Let's see here. Also, I'm pretty sure Zoom don't look like that down here. This stuff here, I don't think that's in Zoom. But anyhow.
Please hold for a transmission from the International Space Station.
Nobody says that. If NASA were calling, they would just go all the way through. You went, please hold. We're going to call you and then put you on hold.
Crazy.
No way.
Oh my gosh, that's so cool!
It's so cool that he's doing somersaults in outer space like every astronaut ever does. Gah! Of course, everybody does that. It's a thing. You do that when you're in outer space. Just normal. Also, because I've seen this video before, he does it 6 times. It's every break. Oh, I'm going to go spin around again.
Are we ready to go, team? The journey starts in DC.
No way.
Fake laughter. fake shock. Fake, 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 fake! It was all fakeness. I hate the fake. Oh, this is terribly fake. Okay, do you see that? See the little shoulder bopping there from the gal on the right? Yeah, you might have to roll back that one. I'm not watching that again. But look at all of them with their little masky masks. Oh, this guy just drove. The guy over in New York. Yeah, I'm just driving. The rest of these folks can fly in, but I'm going to drive. And we don't have to wear a mask. Seriously, this mask is like my number one. Uh-oh, too far back. I hate these masks. They look terrible. They look like somebody's underwear. I realize we all talked about them being underwear masks, but seriously, they look like somebody's underwear you just put over your face. And a kid driving? No mask.
Guys, I got a message.
That kid was just holding his cell phone in his hand. Everybody else had it in their pockets, except this chick who has no pockets, which we'll point out later. This kid's just holding on to his cell phone and holding it. Hey, look, I got a message. I'm going to make sure to look at it horizontally. How many of you guys check your phone horizontally? Probably none of you. Or at least very, very few. Also, I had to point this out previously. What is with this kid's glasses? These are some dorky glasses. And I noted later during his interview with the local TV station, he wore no glasses. So, what, you needed one of the kids to look like a dork? And you picked him? Also, what are they wearing? This is the only normal-looking chick, and I just realized she's wearing pearls. But seriously, pantsuit, suit, well, I would say shirt and tie, except I don't think he's wearing a tie. I don't remember. And then this thing. I hate whatever this is. I still don't know what to call it. It's not a dress because it has legs.
Hey,
Didn't hit the answer button.
team, if you're going to build your own telescope, it might help to see how one works first. Head over to the United States Naval Observatory to start your adventure.
We gotta go to the observatory.
Because I know exactly where that is.
The Naval Observatory was created in 1825 to help the United States learn more about space.
When the Naval Observatory was built, they would send out a signal every day at noon to set the time for the country.
Synchronize the time for the country, not set the time for the... That's not how that works. I went into this great big spiel last time. I'm not doing it again. It's synchronizing the time for the country, not setting it.
They still keep time here with the master clock, a super accurate atomic clock that sets the time for the internet.
Synchronizes the time for the internet. Does not set the time for the internet.
And it's been home to some awesome astronomers.
That's Asaph Hall.
Who the fat is Asaph Hall? Why are we excited about Asaph Hall? Oh my gosh, it's Asaph Hall, his portrait! The fat is that?
He discovered the moons of Mars.
Oh, that's why it's
It's
exciting.
a huge telescope
I forgot about
inside
that.
people use to study the stars.
We'll talk about all this later. It comes back, don't worry.
He told us that it works by using lenses on both ends of the tube to help focus the light from things that are far away.
Sounds like you need to find some lenses and a tube.
Remember, this is a kid's show, so at the age of 13, you may not actually know that. So we're going to let that one ride.
To build your telescope. Why don't you look around the library and see what you can find?
The library.
Where's the library? Maybe it's down here.
That is a random direction to pick. Let's go this way, towards the camera crew. Just throwing it out there. Maybe it's down there.
Guys, there it is.
Yay, I found the library.
Oh my gosh.
This part irritates me.
Whoa, check this out. There's so many books.
These kids have obviously never been to a library before. This is not that many books. The library in any city has more books than this. It's not that many books. School libraries for a small school have more books than this, or roughly the same size of books as this. This is not that big a library.
This place is huge.
Also, not huge. It's a room. Again, libraries are way bigger than that.
Let's start looking. Look at that.
Whoa. Is that like a necklace or something?
Who hid that behind drawers? That's rude.
Some magnifying glass, I think.
Or a lens.
Magnifying glass is a lens. It can't work without a lens. It's completely useless, like his glasses, which might actually be useless. I don't think there's any curvature to those glasses at all. I don't think he actually needs them.
Here's another one.
We found 2 lenses.
Not only did his phone not have to be unlocked, which every smartphone in the world has to be unlocked, but it went straight to the app of whatever it is that we're using, which is totally fake.
Your next challenge.
Still didn't answer the call. There wasn't even a hang up button. I don't want to take this call from NASA. Also, that thing looks hecka green screened on there. Oh, wait, it is. Look at this. The curves don't even match up. I mean, they managed to cut it around his fingers, mostly. But, oh boy.
Challenge is to find and meet the head of the Space Council.
Find the lens, not the rest of the materials you need to build your telescope with.
I'll give you a hint. She actually lives at the Naval Observatory.
I wonder who the head of the Space Council is.
Are you kidding? The head of the Space Council is the Vice President!
I just realized something here. She lives at the observatory, which I did check. Apparently that is a thing. Originally when I did this video, I thought they were lying. Apparently it is a thing that the Vice President and family lives at the Naval Observatory. I don't know why. Sounds weird to me, but apparently that's the thing. But anyhow, they have a car driving up, and she walks out the front door. I'm assuming the kids drove up. Wait, the kids couldn't drove up because they were already there. So I'm assuming that means there's a house next door to the observatory. She doesn't technically live at the observatory. She just lives on the grounds of the observatory. Yeah.
Kamala Harris is the Vice President of the United States.
Yes, we already know that. Thank you.
But she's also the President of the Senate.
Yeah. That's like every vice president is the president of the Senate. That's like literally written in the rules of the Constitution.
And the head of the Space Council.
I don't know if that's a normal thing or not. I'm not looking that up. I don't care, but apparently she's the head of the Space Council since they already said that earlier. But anyhow, I have a hard time believing it.
Well, welcome, you guys.
Thank you so much.
Trust me, if you thought it was bad before, it gets worse.
Ready to start? Okay, go.
Go with what? Ready to start what? We didn't say what we were starting with. We're all now confused.
So, I may not always be fast to take my parents' advice, but what is the best advice your parents have given you that perhaps you can share with us today?
I might not be fast taking my parents' advice. That's a very grown-up question to ask.
You know, one of the most important pieces of advice that I can offer you guys.
No, I asked what your parents gave you, not what you can offer me, what your parents gave you. That's what was asked. You're going to see a worse version of this later. Trust me on it.
And I want you to really remember this.
No.
Never let anybody tell you who you are. You tell them who you are.
What if I have amnesia? Oh, she's wearing a dress. I thought it was one of those paneling looking things. It's a very odd looking dress, though. But anyhow, you tell them who you are. You don't let other people tell you who you are. Look, if you get amnesia, you might as well let them tell you who you are, because you ain't going to remember. I am... No clue who I am. Yeah.
Never let anybody suggest to you that you are what they think you should be.
Never... Is that even grammatically correct? Never let them suggest to you. Why not? Because, you know, when I was 4 years old, I didn't know what the heck I was. I have stories about that, but we're not going to go in there. But anyhow, they're 13 years old. You tell them who you are.
You tell them who you are, and who you know you are, and what you intend to be.
What you intend to be. What does that even mean? Oh, here we go. That's over here too. So here we have the lapel mic. She ain't got no mic that we can see, but he's got a lapel mic, and I think that's the pack there. It'll let you plug your microphone into. We see a worse version of this later. Trust me, it gets bad. Oh, that's what it was. What you intend to be. What does that even mean? What do you mean, what do you intend to be? I intend to be rude. Is that what you're talking about? Or are we going somewhere else with this?
Got that?
Yes.
All right. I got more advice. You just let me know.
That was terrible advice. Why are you laughing?
So what is the most surprising thing you found about being vice president?
What is the most surprising thing you found about being vice president? This is an important question to ask. Answer.
There have been a lot of things because I've never been vice president before.
Really? You haven't been vice president before? Okay.
So there are many new things, but
New things? What is new things? I didn't ask about new things. I asked what was the most surprising thing. What is the most surprising thing you learned about being vice president?
I'll tell you one of the things that I'm really excited about.
We don't care about what you're excited about. We want to know what surprised you as being vice president.
And one of the reasons for our visit and the time we're going to spend time together today is...
If you noticed, Google fixed it in their subtitles. YouTube fixed it in their subtitles. She totally said time twice in the same sentence. Time we'll be spending time together. Fail. Fire the editor.
the Space Council. My mom was a scientist, so she would take us to the lab with her, like on the weekends and after school, because she had to work long hours. And I just love the idea of exploring the unknown. And then there's other things that we just haven't figured out or discovered yet. To think about so much that's out there that we still have to learn. Like, I love that.
Okay, I saw this earlier and I never pointed it out, but I gotta throw it out here now. Why does she have a Band-Aid around her finger? I realize right now it's blurred, so it's kind of hard to see. Let me see if I can back this up just a smidge. YouTube, I want a smidge. It never does a smidge.
I'm very excited about the space.
Oh, wait a minute. It went forward, not backward. There we go. That's a good shot. What is with this Band-Aid? Sorry, I observe these things.
I love that, and so I'm very excited about the Space Council.
Nobody asked you what you're excited about. We said what we were surprised about. Were you surprised that there was a Space Council and that you'd be the head of it? Is that what you were surprised about? Because that's not what was asked. I mean, it would be if you answered it that way, but you didn't. You just said what you were excited about was the Space Council, which has nothing to do with being vice president. Or maybe it does, I don't know. But anyhow.
We're going to learn so much as we increasingly, I think, are curious.
As we are increasingly, I'm curious. What the fat is that? Okay, let's throw out the part. We increasingly are curious. Let's have these 13-year-olds return to their schools and say that one in front of the English teacher.
And interested in the potential for the discoveries and the work we can do in space. So that's one of the things I'm most excited about.
Again, the question was not what excited you. It was, what did you find surprising as vice president?
But the other, you guys are going to see. You're going to literally see the craters on the moon with your own eyes.
Oh my goodness.
Okay, I was just observing her. You guys can observe the other ones. She was definitely waiting for a cue to be amazed, because she was like, Oh! But let's back up here. I'm going to see the craters of the moon. I want you to look outside tonight at the moon and tell me you can't see craters there. The whole man of the moon, because you can see a face in the moon. If it's a full moon, I have no idea. I'm not paying attention. Go out there when there's a full moon out there and tell me you can't see the craters of the moon already. Get out of here.
With your own eyes, I'm telling you.
Okay. It's nothing with what she's talking about. It's unbelievable, blah, blah, blah. This one I had a comment out earlier, too, so I'm bringing it up because, again, I noticed things. I'm observant. They blurred out her bottle of water, which, by the way, is smart water. How do I know this? Because only smart water has this shape. It's like trademarked or something. I don't know, but It's a smart water. Why would you blur that out? We could already tell by the shape of it. Also, why would you blur it out? Guess they didn't want to pay royalties or something.
It is gonna be unbelievable.
It's not even opened. Like, it's a full bottle of water. It's useless. Drink your water, woman.
So that's one of the things we can do here too, which makes it so exciting. So that's what we're gonna do. You guys ready to go over there?
Yes.
Come on, let's go.
Don't ask the rest of the questions. Just ask those two. And now we have the police escort. Oy vey, that's a lot of it. Wait, we got cop, probably the VP, or the VP, because they usually, one or the other. Who knows? Maybe the VP's in one car, the kids are in another. We got the reverse, or not the reverse, the rear car. Wait, are these two part of the motorcade as well? Why do we have so many? Maybe each kid got a car.
We then headed to the Naval Observatory, where we met Captain Keene and asked him what they did there.
And now we're wearing masks. I forgot to bring that up earlier. When she's with the kids, she's shaking hands, she's very close to them, and there's no masks. They get to the observatory and everyone's wearing masks.
We do time, and we do space.
You do not do time.
The sky and space has been our clock for centuries. So think of the sun going around the Earth.
The Earth goes around the sun, flat earther.
You can tell time by a sundial, or a telescope like this, which watches stars go through its view scope. The same star passes every 24 hours. That's how we used to tell time.
That is inaccurate. We told time by the sun. Nobody's looking at the stars to tell time. Dates, yes. That's how you could tell when years went by. Somebody figured that out eventually, is like positions of stars and whatnot, but it's not how you tell time, it's by observing stars. No. Just no.
Time's very important because everything that you do every day somehow relates to time. Power grids, the internet, Wi-Fi, communications, your cell phones, they all need time to make them work.
Power grids need time to make them work. I would like someone to explain that one to me. Communications, we need time to make... Communications is me talking to you. Go up to your dad or your mother or whoever you live at home with. Some of you may be living in your dad's basement, because your mom's basement, whatever the phrase is. Some of you may actually be kids because you're watching this as a child. And say how much time is required to speak to someone. I mean, yes, you can go with huge existential thought. But no, that's not how that works.
Are we ready to start our journey through space and time?
Yeah.
We are breaking the space-time continuum, guys. We're going to time travel. Oh, wait, we're not going to do that? Darn.
Yay!
All right, let's do it.
Thank you, Captain Keene. Thank you. I'm telling you guys, you're gonna have so much fun with this. Ask any question.
Here it is. Here it is, right here. She has to have this thing strapped to her back because she ain't got no pockets or hooks on her belt or anything. This kid's got a lapel mic. This kid's got a lapel mic. This kid's got a lapel mic. This guy doesn't. This kid doesn't. Who knows about her? And she doesn't either. The heck is this?
I should have also.
We then explored the rest of the
Vice President is here, and this floor did not get scrubbed.
observatory, trying to find the pieces we needed for our telescope.
Also, there was using the flashlight on your cell phone instead of actually getting a flashlight.
Look, a tube.
This bag might have everything else we need.
Good work, team.
This side or this bag? I think the kid said bag. Fail YouTube.
It's time to make your own telescope. Let's get building.
We have 2 paper tubes, 2 magnifying glasses, plus scissors and tape. So we start by cutting a cardboard tube.
Halt! You said it was a paper tube. You literally just said a paper tube. You had 2 paper tubes. Where did this cardboard tube come from?
Then we took a magnifying glass and put it at one end.
After that, we slid on the second paper tube.
So you broke a magnifying glass, and you're going to break this guy's spectacle to get those lenses. Jerk move.
We punched out the other magnifying glass and put it at the other end of the tube.
You ruined an historical artifact that was randomly hiding behind some dresser drawers to make a paper telescope. Not even a telescope, it's a freaking spyglass. Grr. Telescopes require more lenses.
Then all we had to do was decorate.
That is not a requirement. To build a telescope, it is not a requirement to decorate it. Duct tape it, as these guys did, yes, so it doesn't fall apart. But it is not required to decorate.
Yeah, we did it!
Gah. Now, I would like to point this out. They kind of didn't mention this. Yes, you require two magnifying glass or two lenses of different shapes, or not, excuse me, not different shapes, different sizes. A small one and a big one. Put the small one to your eye, big one up to the sky. They didn't explain that.
Now we get to look through the Naval Observatory's telescope.
I made my own telescope so I could use someone else's. What a useless waste of time.
Jeff told us that looking through in the daylight, we're gonna see a little black dot on the sun.
Because you can't see the little black dot of the sun during the nighttime. Because you can't see the sun.
That's a sunspot. It's about the size of the Earth.
So tell me what you saw. It was so crazy just to see like all orange and know that little tiny dot is the size of the Earth. That really.
I looked at the sun and it was orange. Wow! I couldn't walk outside and figure that one out on my own. Also, it had a dark spot on it. Now, technically, the sun has multiple sunspots, but the one they're showing, yeah, that's the one most people like to look at because it's the biggest one. It's the easiest one to see. Something else that this thing did not say, and I feel obligated to say it because I don't want small children burning their eyeballs out. If you do go home and build your own homemade telescope, which they totally did not give you proper instructions on how to do, because like distancing and whatnot. But anyhow, we're not going to tell you how to build a telescope. There's other YouTube videos that do a much better job. But I'm going to tell you this now. Do not stare into the freaking sun, especially with a telescope that you made at home. Don't do that. This telescope that they were utilizing to look at the sun is specifically designed to do that. So you don't damage your eyeballs. Alright, it's got like some special dark glass, kind of like sunglasses, only way better, to help filter out the sunlight. But you have to do it, first off, you have to do it during certain times of the day, because, you know, clouds go overhead and then you can't see it no more. And then, like I said, with the telescope thing, it has to be a very special, you can't do that with your own homemade thing. Don't do that. They didn't make that, they didn't say that in this video. I waited for them to say it later and they didn't. They didn't say it.
Really tells you how huge the sun is.
Isn't that something? It gives us a sense of the magnitude of it all.
The magnitude of it all. Ugh.
Earth is kind of small.
Yeah.
Compared to the sun, yes. Compared to the moon, no. And some other planets.
Right?
The Earth is like a speck.
Compared to the universe. Ooh, look, this guy's got a ponytail. Cut your hair.
Compared to the sun. We have designed.
It's a speck compared to the sun. Got it. That's okay. Better comparison. I didn't catch that the last time because I was too busy making fun of them.
I mean, look at the design of this thing. And the people, and the smart people, and the scientists, and the engineers who came.
The smart people, the scientists and the engineers. The smart people who came up with this. Oh, wait, we should probably specify they're scientists and engineers so that other smart people can't try it. Technically, an engineer did not come up with how to build a telescope. I'm pretty sure.
Came up with the idea that if you build something that looks like that, you can see the sun.
I can see the sun walking outside, dipweed. I don't need some weird jackwagon configuration thing. Also, Band-Aid still not on finger. But I can see the sun by using this conglomeration of configurations of metal and tubes and glass. Get out of here.
Yeah, and you can see the moon, right?
I can see the moon through this too. I am excited. I am excited. I'm kind of excited. I think I'm excited. I'm bored. I'm bored. Get me out of here.
Well, wait till you guys see the moon.
See the moon. I walked outside.
I don't know what it is about those craters on the moon.
What? I don't know what it is about those craters on the moon. What is exciting about craters on the moon? I asked an expert in the field. This expert is 8 years old. I asked my 8-year-old sister, did she know there's craters on the moon? She said, yeah. That was her response. Yeah. Nobody's excited about there being craters on the moon.
Always dream with ambition.
How do we go from craters on the moon to dreaming with ambition? Or just dreaming in period? Maybe because the moon is up at night and you go to bed at night and that's when you dream? I don't know.
Have big dreams.
I dream of never watching this again. Also, this gal is fixing her mask because she knows she's on camera.
You'll remember that?
Yes.
All right. I'll see you later.
Thank you.
Deuces, she says.
Once the sun set, we were finally able to see the moon.
I'm so excited I get to see the moon now that the sun is set. So they kept these kids here all freaking day to see the moon? I bet they went back to the hotel rooms, played some video games, and then came back to go see the moon. Which, you know, we could just go see the moon anytime we leave the house.
Whoa. Oh my gosh.
Oh my gosh, there's the moon.
Can't believe how close it looks.
When I look through a telescope, things look closer. Wow, the next thing you'll tell me is that if I look in a mirror, I'll see what's behind me.
I can see the craters.
I can see the freaking craters when I'm standing outside. Maybe not nearly as good as this, but still.
There's one crater that's almost 1,600 miles in diameter.
Quick, 1,600 miles in diameter. Let's use states.
So it's bigger than all the states we come from combined.
Wow. How about you just use the entire United States? Oh, because the United States could actually fit in there? Just checking.
Seeing the moon up close was incredible and made us all want to keep getting curious.
Return to thy English teachers and say, made us all want to keep getting curious. No. Yes. Made us all want to keep getting curious. That cannot possibly be grammatically correct. Also, how do you keep getting curious? Do you stop getting curious? I mean, I guess you could, now that I think about it, but keep getting curious. Just keep forcing yourself to get... That's not how that works, dang it.
And exploring space with our telescopes at home. And
I can explore space with my eyeball. Those telescopes that you made ain't gonna do jack.
share what we were seeing with our families. I can't.
I get a quarter of the screen. I get a quarter of the screen. I get a quarter of the screen. I get an eighth of the screen, and I get an eighth of the screen. You guys couldn't like do a better job of like splitting it up so they all got fifths? This is terribly done.
I can't wait to keep exploring with my telescope. Maybe I can see Mars.
He wants to see Mars. Okay, cool. Whatever.
Congratulations, Get Curious team. You did it. Remember, the moon isn't the only awesome thing to discover in space. You can also see the Milky Way or Mars, and those are the ones we know.
We know more than the Milky Way and Mars. Just throwing it out there.
The universe is full of new discoveries to be made, and maybe you'll be the ones to make those discoveries.
Also, I forgot to mention, we're in the Milky Way. It's like, ooh, I can see myself! Really?
Just get curious, and who knows what you'll discover.
Okay, this one here, I realize just get curious. Grammatically incorrect. We have to give it to him, not because he's an astronaut. It's because that's the name of the show, is Get Curious. And they're trying to do a spin on their show. And then he spins.
When you were a little girl, what did you want to be when you grew up?
I wanted to be a lawyer.
And she did. Everybody hated her.
I actually did.
I don't find that funny. No masks! No masks! No masks! Wait, this kid's also got his lapel mic still on. All masked! And this is what I brought earlier as well. Ahem, ahem, ahem. Wait a minute. Special thanks, Vice President Kamala Harris, NASA astronaut R. Shane Kimbrough. Okay, those make sense. United States Secret Service. Those guys didn't get named. We're just thank you, Secret Service, for protecting the Vice President and all these kids. Mostly the Vice President, because whatever. And then whoever the heck these guys are. But anyhow, just throwing it out there. United States Secret Service and NASA. We'll thank NASA too. Just the whole whatever. But this is the thing I brought up earlier. All of the adults in the room are wearing these duck-billed masks, which are my second most hated mask out there. All the kids are wearing the medical ones, and then we have the Vice President wearing a black one. Why she got to stand out like that? She always wears a black one. Yeah, we ain't watching the rest of that. Now, here's what we're gonna do: is some quick transitioning. This is gonna be fun. All right. So one of the things that brought on the word even came to my level is when people were all in uproar. These are kid actors, and then I found out, obviously after watching the video, duh. Like, it was not really that hidden of a thing. They weren't trying to fake it that much. But anyhow, they did an interview with one of these kid actors, and oh boy, it's fun.
A local teenage actor is being featured in a new YouTube.
Oops, I did it again. This is a local news station. Just in case you were curious, it's just a local news station. I pulled it right from their website. KSBW and wherever the blaze is.
Kids special alongside a NASA astronaut and Vice President Kamala Harris. Action News 8 reporter Alani Latang spoke with him about how he landed the opportunity.
A new YouTube Kids special kicking off World Space Week, Get Curious with Vice President Kamala Harris, aims to get children interested in space. NASA astronaut Shane Kimbrough joins from the International Space Station. Vice President Kamala Harris teaming up.
Let's do it.
Get curious!
The special features 5 teens from across the country, including our very own Central Coast backyard.
Hi, my name is Trevor, and I'm from Monterey, California.
Dang it, couldn't pause it fast enough. Perfect, there we go. Okay, so they say it's across the nation. We have one in New York-ish, somewhere here on the East Coast. We've got somebody from California, and then these 3. We completely missed this side. Nobody cares about this area. Just throwing it out there.
The teens are actors who audition for their spots. Trevor Bernardino is a freshman at York School in Monterey.
No glasses. This is the kid with the big old glasses. Actually, hold on. Let's back up here. 54? Okay. Nope. He's wearing the glasses here. Not here.
And a space enthusiast. He says he had to send in a monologue of him talking about something he's passionate about. And
which apparently was climate change or something crazy like that. Whatever. Thankfully, they didn't bring it up here.
3 questions he would ask a world leader. The next step, he had to interview the director of...
Look, I mixed it up and put it back together by moving one thing. That's what I do when I pretend to solve a Rubik's Cube. Also, note, 3 questions they wanted to ask a world leader.
The production.
And then after that, like a week later, my agent called me and he's like, hey Trevor, you booked it.
From there...
You booked it? You booked something. No, that is an incorrect statement. Actors do not book anything. They may have gotten the job, but they did not book anything.
Trevor only knew he was going to Washington, D.C. in August to interview someone.
Me, my mom, my dad, we were speculating who could be this important that we meet them in D.C. and we get to go on this cool trip. And
who would be so important that we would have to go to D.C., who, by the way, is a world leader? Jeez, I don't know. World leaders that live in D.C. Oh, I know, Joe Bite Me. Wait, that's it. It's the only person who lives in D.C. that's a world leader. How did Kamala Harris show up in this? Because guess what? She's not a world leader. She's not. She's the backup. We're all still curious if Bite Me's actually a world leader here, but I digress.
And film.
In D.C., the kids visited the Naval Observatory, where they went on a scavenger hunt to find supplies to build a telescope, with clues given by astronaut Kimbrough. The teens also learned about time before the head of the Space Council arrived.
The kids learned about time. Pretty sure they already knew about time. They're 13.
Are you kidding? The head of the Space Council is the vice president!
Again, car driving up when she walks out of the house. Who's in the car? Whatever.
To think about so much that's out there that we still have to learn.
I don't think that video was synced up right.
Like, I love that. I love that.
The most exciting part was definitely meeting Vice President Harris. There's nothing that can top that. Like,
Anything can top meeting Vice President Kamala Harris. Going to the zoo and seeing a monkey is more interesting than that. Okay, I should be nice. No, I can't. I'm sorry.
honestly, she just sat us down. She
did not sit you down. The production team sat you down.
She's super charismatic.
Okay, I forgot to mention that earlier, but let's pay attention to the fact this kid, 13 years old, just used two words that most adults don't use. One was speculating from earlier. My parents and I were speculating. My mom and my dad and I were speculating. The heck did that 13-year-old learn about the word speculating? And now he's saying that, oh, the vice president, she's so charismatic. Yeah, you have exactly no proof of that. Like, everybody says how non-charismatic she is. Fake news! Fake news! Also, kids, stop acting. It's just an interview. You're not supposed to act right now.
She's everything that I ever thought of her, plus more.
I've never thought of her. Like, I intentionally do not think of the vice president. Well, actually, I know. I don't intentionally, well, her especially, but I don't think of anybody that, maybe I'm cold and heartless that way, but what is this? She's everything that I thought she was and more. Is she your girlfriend or something? What? Ew. Ugh.
She made me feel like one of her peers, and at the time, I felt super important. I was talking to her
At the time, I felt super important. Now, not so much.
face to face.
The kids got a chance to look through the observatory's telescope, seeing the sun, a sunspot, the size.
Oh my gosh, we got to see the sun! Sunspot is cool, yes, but we got to see the sun!
Of Earth, the craters of the moon. But the most important lesson Trevor is walking away with:
You should always listen to your parents. They're going to give you the best advice for your whole entire life when you become an adult.
Aha! Aha! I air quote your adultness, he says. Yeah, the last time there was like this big spiel about, I'm not doing that again, but he just air quoted adult. Like that's not a real thing. Somebody's gonna get a kick in the pants.
In Monterey, I'm Alani.
Yeah, see, you did it again. So obviously the interviewer went, did you just air quote that? Yeah, man, did it again. Little snot.
Tang, KSBW, Action News 8.
Okay, so I have a very important question to ask of my audience. The most important thing you learned about going to an observatory is to get advice from your parents. What? I learned that, like, without an observatory at all being involved. I mean, seriously. What? I'm not going to throw the other 8 seconds because it's them going back to studios and, wow, that's really great, whatever. But hold on, let's do this again. I got to make sure I heard this right. Go back before the adult air quotes.
Listen to your parents. They're going to give you the best advice for your whole entire life when you
Listen to your parents. They'll give you the best advice for your whole entire life. Like when you become an adult.
become an adult.
In Monterey, I'm Alani Latang, KSBW, Action News 8.
I shake my head at thee. Oi. Just, oi.